Right then, it's a huge thrill to have them here for a live session, and they're ready to go in the kitchen, fully fueled with teas, coffees and ham and cheese butties. Carl Benson on guitar, Neil Crossley on bass, Carl Henry on drums and Nigel Blackwell on vocals, liberating us from lockdown, half man, half biscuit.
1, 2, 3, 4. Was the best friend you ever had, but that was over half an hour ago. You went from Magaluf to Stalingrad, and altogether more different snow. Oh, I don't know how it all pans out, but I know this much is true. What made Colombia famous has made a prick out of you. The overbearing highs affect the atmosphere. Shit, Dad does not quite rise to the occasion here. Well, a one-eyed clergyman up for the day wouldn't have to think it through. What made Colombia famous has made a prick out of you. Yes, what made Colombia famous made a prick out of you. What price your bluster? What price your smart? I've seen body parts lying in biology labs with far more charm. Oh, big truck, instruct, king of the hill, cock-a-doodle-doo. What made Colombia famous has made a prick out of you. Yes, what made Colombia famous has made a prick out of you. I said what made Colombia famous made a prick out of you.
Tremendous. Half man, half biscuits, live here in Kershaw's kitchen. Hey, boys, thank you very much for coming and doing this. It's a real honour to have you here. And Nigel, thanks ever so much. It's really good to see you. What have you been doing these last 18 months, 2 years?
Not a lot, to be honest.
But you've been in self-isolation since about 1984, haven't you?
Correct, yeah. So, to be honest, my life didn't really change that much. The only thing I noticed, the only thing that really kind of annoyed me was that everybody suddenly discovered they had a bike in the shed, and they were clogging up the country lanes and the byways. So, I had to go back on the main roads, which were relatively empty in the early part of the pandemic.
So you've still been doing a lot of walking because you're keen on
walking and cycling, but generally I was almost on the hard shoulder of the M53 at one point because that was the emptiest place I could find. Everyone suddenly discovered that, there's field paths, there's bridleways, we've got a bike in the shed. So that kind of annoyed me for a little bit, and then I put it against the scale of human suffering, and I thought, okay, fair enough,
And did it give you plenty of time to write?
Yeah, we've done bits. Yeah, we have been writing quietly. No more than I would normally, to be honest. But because it's been a while since we brought out now, so we have accumulated some new stuff. Really,
give you plenty of time to watch Talking Pictures TV because you're a big fan, like I am, aren't you, of those 1950s British film noir?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. Yeah, that's usually that's part of the routine when you first get up. Really, go straight to that channel 445 on our telly. I don't know about yours, but.
3 to 8 on.
Right, okay. Plate of toast. Well, you're in a floral town, aren't you? All this plate of toast, Talking Pictures, cup of tea, and yeah.
And what about gigs? You mustn't have done a gig for getting on for 2 years.
It would be. Was it March? Was it? Was it in Bristol about 18 months ago?
March 2020.
Yeah.
Neil's saying yeah.
Well, yeah, it would be, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, was it? Yeah.
Now things seem to be easing a bit. Have you got plans to do some live shows now?
The next live show is supposed to be in Holmfirth.
Oh, the wonderful pictures.
Yeah, it's a nice place, that. It's a lovely venue.
Yeah, Chloe and I saw you there last
That's
time,
right,
of course,
yeah. But obviously, things are changing all the time. And we're at the mercy of we go through the gig cartel, so we just follow instructions really on it, so. But that's scheduled for the next one.
And
we've been writing and that. We have been writing a lot, so keeps us busy. I like that aspect of it.
And you'll still be doing the occasional one-off gig rather than.
They're all one-offs, Andy.
What's recognised as a tour with other groups?
No, they're all one-offs these days, really. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people have been saying on my Facebook page, ask Half Man Half Biscuit what's happened to the Blackpool gig.
Yeah, well, again, I just got a thing. They weren't too sure about it, so well. It's not a big college town and all that. I said, well, just go with, the next one's definitely Holmfirth. So just, go with that. And we don't know what's happening. We just wait and follow instructions. I just get an email now and again off the bloke who runs it all for us, and.
But a Blackpool gig you think will happen?
It's definitely happening, but it's just not on that date. It's later on, I think.
It's just been postponed.
I think so. Yeah.
What's the date of the Holmfirth picture draw?
I don't know the exact date, but I think it's November. Okay. It's November.
I'll find out before the end of this programme.
I should have written all that down, shouldn't I? I don't know.
I think it's the 12th, by the way.
Is it?
12th of November? Yeah. Okay, thanks, Carl.
There'll be a website somewhere. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we're playing Froome apparently as well. Yeah.
So what have we got for us next?
Oh, sorry. Well, one of those songs which we're going to do now. It's like it's not a very long song, because a film probably came on Talking Pictures and I stopped writing it, so it's only about a minute. I don't know how long it is, but it's a new song anyway. Called When I Look at My Baby. It sounds a bit bluesy, doesn't it? But do you want us to run through it and see how it goes first? I mean, it's only short. It's only
go for it.
Probably only a minute. Okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Ready?
Yeah. When I look at my baby, all I see is Richie Stevens. It's got the same uneven eyebrows and the snidey little mouth, and it reminds me of the evening when you said you'd been to Garstang. You'd gone to see Amanda Warhurst about a Silver Cross pram, but there was never any Garstang. And there's no Amanda Warhurst. You were in the Coach and Horses with that no good, low down, pig thick waist of Richie Stevens, and his weird uneven eyebrows and his snidey little mouth, which I'd like to see leave town. So much for your journey of self-discovery. You had to cut it short, forgot your credit card. The Bickering nice I came through this morning, so I just called to say I'm gonna feed our children non-organic food. I'm gonna feed our children non-organic food. I'm gonna feed our children non-organic food, and with the money saved, take them to the zoo. You quoted Goldman incorrectly as we strolled. Your stab at solar heating just left me cold. I want a suntan, not Vashti Bunyan. Therefore, henceforth, I'm gonna feed our children non-organic food. I'm gonna feed our children non-organic food. I'm gonna feed our children non-organic food. And with the money they take them to the zoo. That donkey which you done gone rescue, done gone died. So on his behalf, Gonna feed our children, none are gonna could have, gonna feed our children, none are gonna could have, gonna feed our children, none are gonna could have, with the money they take us to the zoo. Gonna feed our children, none are gonna could have, gonna feed our children, none are gonna could have, gonna feed our children, none are gonna could have, with the money they take us to the zoo. Not long now before lollipop men are called Darren. You alright?
Half man, half biscuit. Nigel, what have you got for us?
Okay, this is kind of our death row song called I'm Getting Buried in the Morning.
A new one?
It is a new one, yeah.
Is this the one that you were saying evokes the Carter family?
It did until I started singing, yeah. They sound brilliantly like the Carter family, so, you know.
Or Neil and
So if you block me out, it's like you're there in Virginia, you know. Joel Devaney had a cloven hoof, Corey Fuller was insane, Sarah Merriweather turned our milk, find them all in Tucker's drain. I was always such a punctual sort, prompt and ready with a rhyme. Now I'm getting buried in the morning, so get me to the chair on time. Saul O'Hanlon and his beatnik chums curled the needle on my gauge, relocated them to West Berlin, parceled up inside a cage. See you later, Undertaker, in a while, necrophile. Yeah, I'm getting frazzled in the morning, so get me to the chair on time. Shy and reticent is what they'll say, hardly noticed he was there. Mowed his lawn and then a switch got flicked, causing somewhat of a stare. Yellow Mama, Alabama, ding dong, sparks are gonna fly. Yeah, I'm getting buried in the morning, so get me to the chair on time. Yes, I'm getting buried in the morning, so get me to the chair on time.
Before you do the next one, Nigel, a few questions from listeners sent in by Facebook. They say, Joe McCall said, please will you do a version of Louie Louie? Chris Wright, hopefully Nigel has written a few tunes during the lockdown. I think we've established you have. Barry Riley, do you get a tad peeved at people who seem to have heard only the band's output from the mid-1980s? All the best stuff has been on the last 5 or 6 LPs. Karen Carter, when will a new album be released? Martin Siri, why do you rarely play south of London? I think I know the answer to that one. Stuart Walmsley, Neil Crossley doesn't get enough credit as a bass player, nor as a country guitar picker, Neil, I would add to that. And it was nice to see I had a lot of people on Facebook asking how Jeff Davis is, wishing him well in his retirement, and among those, Matthew King, Chris Rand, will things change, Chris asks, Chris Rowe and John D. Hodgkinson, all asking after Jeff. So, how is he?
He's okay. I took him to Burton RSPB, Burton Mere a few weeks ago, and yeah, he was okay. He's just, in his own words, he's not the man he used to be. But you know, he's okay. He's living. He's enjoying, to be honest, daily walks around Sefton Park. And he suddenly got into all these things like, he almost has this diary of what the ducks are up to and stuff like that, which he never showed any interest in me before and stuff like that. But he's like when we were sitting outside a pub in Neston called the Harp, and I think he spotted a heron or something. I didn't know what it was. It was a long stuffed bird sort of thing, and he tended to know what it was, and so he's happy enough, I think. I'll probably see him in a few weeks. To be honest.
Give him our regards.
I will do. Yes, will do.
For those listeners who don't know who Jeff Davis is, Jeff Davis is the Brian Epstein to Half Man Half Biscuits. He was everything to you, wasn't he? Your record label, Pro Plus Records, and he's been with you all the way since 1984. Yeah,
we've never really worked with anybody else, really. It's always been just with Jeff, yeah.
Now he's retiring. Will Pro Plus still operate? Or?
Well, no, what happened, because as I said, Pro Plus really was just Jeff in his house. Yeah. But luckily, fortunately, we've had the same distribution company now for a good few years, which we didn't really bother with, but we've now got in touch personally, directly with the distributors and that, and we said, what do we do? And they said, well, just carry on making records, go into the studio, we can get it pressed, and we said, can you still distribute us? They said, yes, no problem. So, just do that, really.
And what about the Pro Plus catalogue, all the records that have been on Pro Plus, yours included?
Yeah, don't know. I think Miles, who does the merchandise store at our gigs, I think he's got like this store, which he'll still sell what's left of Pro Plus catalogue.
Right. But your records will continue to be available, those on Pro Plus, will they?
Yeah, because the distributors will still distribute them, and I suppose if stuff runs out, they can get them repressed. They'll tell us, and then we'll be able to get them repressed, hopefully.
So your LPs won't die with the label? No. And what about Karen Carter's question? When's there a new album from Half Man Half Biscuit?
Well, we've written loads of stuff, but we just need to find out. We've managed to get a bit of recording time, hopefully for maybe the end of August, I think. But we'll need a little bit more than that. You can't do it in 2 days. We probably would have 30 years ago, but we need a bit longer now. But also, I was told just the other day, actually, about there is a big waiting list for vinyl to be pressed and stuff like that at the pressing plants now because of the pandemic. So I'm not sure with that, but we're kind of ready to go, if you like. We've got the songs there. It's just now we're at the mercy of other things, really.
Right. So as soon as the industry can cope with Half Man Half Biscuit, a new record will be released into the community.
Yeah, as soon as humanly possible, we'll be able to do it. You know.
Well, I'm ever so grateful for you coming doing this. It really means a lot. It does, because trying to get this podcast off the ground, and an appearance by you guys has really given it some clout, and it's really nice to see you on top of all of that. So. Yeah, thanks a lot.
It's great, and on a lovely day as well.
Splendid day in Totnes. One more before we finish?
I've just forgotten what we were doing there, but I'm with it now. I'm onto it. Yeah, we're going to do a cover. We apologise beforehand.
Not Louis Louis.
No, well, we could probably do that at some point. We'll do it later in the year. Maybe.
Even I could play. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So you can take his hand to anything. I don't know why I'm reading the directions to your house here as lyrics.
Go on, sing them.
Okay, I'm all right. You all ready on? Joe coming together? Oh, sorry, no. Yeah, okay.
What's this then, Nigel?
I'll just play it.
All right.
Yeah. I know you're antiseptic, your deodorant smells nice. I'd like to get to know you, but you're deep frozen like the ice. Come on! These are germs, the adolescents. Cleanliness is her attraction. Cleans her teeth 10 times a day. Scrub away, scrub away, scrub away the SR way. You may get to touch her if your gloves are sterilized. Rinse your mouth with Listerine, float disinfectant in her eyes. She's a germ-free adolescent, cleanliness is her obsession. Cleans her teeth teeth 10 times a day. Scrub away, scrub away, scrub away the SR way. Scrub away, Carl. Her phobia is infection. She needs one to survive. It's a built-in protection. Without fear, she'd give up and die. She's a germ-free adolescent. Cleanliness is her obsession. Cleans her teeth 10 times a day. Scrub away, scrub away, scrub away the SR way. One more time, come on. She's a germ-free adolescent. Cleanliness is her obsession. 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 Cleans her teeth 10 times a day. Scrub away, scrub away, scrub away the SR way.